Well, hello. Here's a little installment of the Philco 610B Tombstone radio, all completed. I picked up this radio from eBay in August of 2017. Much to my amazement, the radio has not really had any major work done on it. The only thing that was replaced that I could find was the volume control, which was a really ugly, an ugly replacement. But put a new volume control in, and this thing still had the wet electrolytics. Amazingly enough, it's hard to believe that they were still in there. I don't think this radio had been on in a very long time. The cord was cut. It was really dusty and kind of ugly looking inside, but perfectly preserved. I replaced all of the electrolytics when I restuffed the cans, which well, the first time I really had done that. And this radio really lends itself. You can see the electrolytics down in here. They're very easy to restuff. I used a commercial pipe cutter and just spun them around, and they came right off. Made a big mess, and kind of interesting. It was kind of fascinating. I took to the office where I work and was showing them what was inside of them. And a lot of the people work in the electrical industry, and they really had never seen these. But anyway, they replaced all the paper capacitors, or the, I should say, the Bakelite caps, which were very easy. I used a Harbor Freight heat gun. Didn't take anything out, just kind of peeled them back. Took out the tar, made a huge mess, made my wife unhappy because it tracked all over the house. We got those cleaned out and replaced all but one dog bone resistor, which the only reason being is I just didn't think it was bad, and I also didn't really think I had a high enough wattage. I replaced them all basically with 2-watt resistors, just basically because that's what I had in stock, and who knows with the dog bones and what size they are. I think they were really all half-watters. Anyway, radio played pretty much right out of the get-go. The only problem I ran into was I turned it on after checking everything with a dim bulb tester, and everything looked perfect. It had no sound. And I fiddled with it for about an hour, checked all the voltages, everything was perfect, and I couldn't figure it out. So I got my scope out and I started looking around with the oscilloscope, which is my little Tektronix over here, which I don't know how to use very well, but it's actually pretty handy. It came in handy to figure out what was going on. Anyway, after screwing around for about an hour, I started checking around, and I noticed that I was hearing sound coming out of the speaker, just a little humming noise when I would tap the plates and the grids with the meter, and I'm just about ready to give up, and I happened to pull on this little wire here, which is the 75, the detector first AF, and I pulled on that wire, which was not the original, and the radio came to life. Much to my happiness anyway. What I had found out is, if you can see down here, where at the base, it goes through the chassis through a hole, basically through a rivet hole that was opened up, and for some reason it got pinched by the shield and shorted to the chassis, and the wire that was there originally was a cloth covered. So I grabbed some stranded wire and just changed that out, and away we go. It's working. So anyway, you can hear the local sports station, and we'll get a copyright on that one. You can hear some of the other stuff here. We won't leave them on too long. I'll turn some lights off. You can see these awesome pointers that really came out great. Can't wait to get this back in the case. This is a little 250 watt station about 15 miles away. they come in pretty good. I just have a long wire antenna stretched in the house. This is a my talking house hooked up to the local rock and roll station that I broadcast at 1560, or sorry, 560, and works very well. I do have another unit that I'm working on for broadcasting on the broadcast band. I'm going to leave them all up. I actually have a couple of the units. That's in my to-do list. But the other bands are working. Again. You can hear that's something up in the 7 megahertz band, and I was listening to CHU before, but I don't seem to be able to find it. First thing this radio heard, interesting enough, was the preacher man, who seems to be everywhere, but I was happy to hear him, and I don't know if that's him there. I don't think so. But I would say I was very happy to hear anything on these bands. That's around 6, a little over 6 megahertz. Like I said, it sounds pretty good. Not much on the other band here. This 2.3 to 2.5. That's kind of a worthless band, but interesting. I hear this. This is a really strong 10,000 watt station that's around 1540, and they seem to bleed through on everything. So anyway, that's my my little story here. I do have the cabinet all ready to go to put the radio back into. I take a real quick look at that, and you can see I changed the grill cloth on it. The one that was on there was this thing, and hey, it wasn't too bad, but it certainly was not very period correct. It came out very well. I'm glad that I went with the renovation radios, and I got the new chassis washers that you can see them down here. They make all the difference in the world. The radio does track correctly when it's sitting in the case. These station indicators, the frequency indicators, are actually lined up with the front of the radio, where you can see they're right in the middle. Before they were leaning to one side. I don't know if you can pick out. I also got the tuner washers, which makes all the difference in the world there as well. The other ones were completely flat. It was just amazingly ugly how bad they were. They were really shot. Anyway, I thank you for watching my little video here, and I hope you've enjoyed it and hope it's helped to somebody. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.